view on.
So for this particular instance, you would take a more democratic or left-leaning approach to addressing inflation.
Well, absolutely. I consider the basis of my economic priorities about small businesses, about bringing manufacturing back to the United States and creating pathways for worker ownership and employee ownership in all businesses to be broadly a more left-leaning approach. And on economics, I would consider myself more left-leaning.
Well, inflation is a complex issue. There are some simple things we can do. Right off the bat, say windfall profit tax makes sense to me. In terms of using the Fed and the leverage point of interest rates, yeah, that would take a long time, and I think that would harm workers the most. If you look at the work of Oxford economics professor Richard Warner, he says that interest rates actually don't affect or slow down the economy the way that economic orthodoxy would predict. The economic situation where people who are lower and middle income are hurting for money is not something that began in the last year. This is something with a decades-old priority in our economy for war spending and concentrating wealth to up 1%. So if we want to begin to reverse that priority, I think gathering all the resources we need to have an economy based on the well-being of our average working people is very well possible within the bounds of a balanced budget. So that's what I would strive to do. And I think you need to do that by cutting fat from the military and taxing the wealth of billionaires again. However, I'm not someone who thinks that the deficit spending is always immoral or irresponsible or uncalled for. So I think it matters greatly what we invest those resources in. As an entrepreneur, you need to invest. Sometimes when you don't actually have the resources, you borrow from the future to make smart investments, and I think I'd be willing to do that.
Ms. Fallon?